Kimbabi bamba bamba. Look at these Kimbi bambas, no necesito. The greedy bastards. Oh, the greedy bastards, they came, you see, the greedy, Good evening, folks. Just a little sarcasm there. 22/16, and if May 1st, it would have been my brother's 56th birthday. Hey, so for him, I'm going to be a little extra me. Yeah. Him and I shared very similar humor. But he did not believe in geoengineering. He would have told you this was cyclone seasoning. And I would have told him those are cyclone seasonings being deployed over here off the coast of New Zealand. I'm not wasting no time. No time at all. Yeah, little Richie Valens is stuck on my head. Yeah. Gamba bamba, bamba bamba. You see it? Bamba bamba. They can be bamba bamba. They're coming fucking bamba your asses. Do you see it? You see it? You see it? See it? Look at this crap. That's the storm pretty much on the low deck over here. There's a big EMF corridor has been created here, which is soon to get cut off. And then the action's going to really pound in toward the strait from above as they're going to still plan it to move. The entire tendril right over the top of the North Island. Look at that's trucking that way and that's trucking that way. Here, I'll go back. You see that? See the forced flow? Yeah. Weather manipulation is going on right now over, this is the South Island, the fjord lands, or the big old fryer down here too. Bzzz, between that one and that one they got up there at Blenheim. Yeah, boy, do you guys get happy times there, Rick. Well, you can just put a cup of coffee in the air there, and you're bringing that to a bowl. The hot dog roaster can't test over the super dart. I wonder how long that would take. And cruise a little bit out here into the sea. We see the second enter the dragon. It looks like a Kemarang has been drawn out here. It's going to come in and go right back ashore. Yeah, influence you again. Yeah, you just got to have to just know it. And to manipulate, they ain't going to waste that chem bomb there. They're going to circulate it right in. It's take it right back ashore. But you get it right back in there. If we do a really good job on it, we can scorch the land. That's what they want. They want to control your food, control your water, and then by proxy, you got to do what you're told, or you're going to starve. And you'll be drinking your pee. And not even willingly. Yeah. They'll have you doing it for the better good, probably. You gotta recycle that. Yeah, that bowel movement there, yeah. You didn't chew 32 times. Put it back through. Welcome to our oppressor's kind of logic. Where healthy is called sick. And hypochondria and mental illness is encouraged. Yep. What's next? Munchausen by proxy? Oh, that's already happening. Asking your kids much when they ain't sick? You Munchausen bastards. Yeah, that's right. That's child abuse cut and dry too. We'll be figuring that one out. Look at this big shit stripe here over in big wedgie shape. Would you think you might have an EMF emission going on here? I think so. See the curve and pulsations. Look at all the extra moisture being condensing here by this white cloud. What can we do to stop it? What are you willing to do? That's the question I have. You see these testicles here? They're cutting the bell end right off it, man. This stuff here is going to wilt erections. It's not going to be very good for population increases. Yep. But they got pills for that too. What's this? Peas in a pod? Well, those are pea pods that are tired of it pissing it down on top of these people. I'll tell you that. I've been watching all afternoon. It's been kind of a boring, just typical storm stalls. Just keep bombing it into existence. Keep it on the low deck here, then the top deck there, then the low deck here, and the top deck there, and wobble it here, wobble it there, wobble it there, wobble it there. And what in the fucking hell is that blew up here? Even across the mountains that percussion ring went, so it must have been awful high. What am I picking up here? 1, 2, 3, 4 dots there, triple dot formation there. I get the flower of death forming inside that one there. And that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home plate looking one. Yep. Let's look at them in motion. Cam bombing in motion. Do. And it toxified the land. Do. Chem bomb emotion. You care about the ocean. All you want is fucking lotion. Rub it on your skin. You rub the lotion on your skin when you're told. I don't. Come on, if the mask was the lotion, did you rub the lotion on your skin? Did you do it when you were told? Did you put the lotion in the fucking basket? Hey, put the chem bombs in the basket! You're getting this whether you like it or not. Wake up. Yeah, that'll make somebody jitter a little bit. Did I make you spill your tray there, Eddie? I couldn't resist. Oh my God, look at that when they're like domino oohs in the skies and they're freaking slapping bones. Look at this chem bomb cruising across here. They don't think you're going to notice the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little cometary nucleus there, like a snowball in it. If it was in space, it would be like a comet. Nucleating or fizzing off, whatever the hell it is. It could be a bath bomb in the sky, a sky bomb. Right? Scoop, goo, 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 goo. Skyby bombs. Here they are. Come on, man. There's too much Shaggy and the Baggy going on, and now them off of those. And Land Grabby, for that matter. Jeez, look at this beam swag that's come through here. Can we bust it? I haven't loaded Mimic yet, so watch your eyeballs. I'm going to have a quick peek. I'm going to go right to the eyes. I don't need to see the whole world. I'd probably see something I hadn't seen yet. It would take me a year to look at. Now let's just have a quick peek. Some kind of beaminosities are going on. And stop. Oh, would you look at that gelt here? Great. What we got going on? We'll take that down a little bit. Get at the controls. Right. Be much straight up. Right, it's storming coming through here. It should have. That flow should have come through here, whipped us right out of the other side of the island. Because of the high pressure here, it should have sent it down to Antarctica. But no! All lines point to Blenheim. Boy, they're active today. Boy, wouldn't that be a shame? Have a tractor went through the field down here, fucking it, plowed down the harp antennas. It'd take him a few days to put back up. That fuck it almost looks like a swastika drawing, but it's not. It's a big curve of EMF. I'll see if we can pick up the beam going up the coast of New South Wales, because that kind of drew me to load the map. I'll do it like this for a minute. I'll be like Leonardo. There it is. There's the beam. Shooting up there from here to here. Boy, is that just holding that thing in place. Move the beam. It's actually trapped. Bring the center to the two walls of it. See how it's squared it out? The very center of it. That's backwards, now forwards. Then you turn the beam off. She slings back around. Now you got to hold the end again. Bunch it back into itself. So they sent a beam off this side. You got another one shooting off the coast here. That's probably Newcastle. Yeah, your Jordan is very busy. Well, it's not defending against missile attacks. It's attacking the people with weather warfare. Say, that's not why you guys paid them tax dollars, was it? He's like, wait a minute, why are you using it to bomb my house? Why is my house under attack? Why is this entire river of moisture coming in an exact straight line held inside a beam of EMF? It's got nowhere else to go. It's just bringing it all coming to town. The river of moisture's coming to town. Hey, all the sheepy, sleepy sleepers, the blue pillars not awake, the dope troopers that think it's good that the chem bomb float in your face. This stuff is not healthy stuff they're spraying, and if you believe that shit, you have been inserted back into the matrix of control. And anybody who spews that bullshit is enemy mine. Bozy, you were saying this was healthy stuff in the sky. Liebold, healthy stuff in the sky, my ass. These are chem bombs, this is sickness mix, and it's known toxin, known pathogenesis, known blocking of sunlight, which is interrupting the food chain and causing a collapse in photosynthesized beings. When you villainize carbon dioxide that trees eat, and you villainize carbon-based life forms, which we are one of those. And they talk about depopulating the planet, having less children, having less this and that. Meanwhile, you see people in a private jet say, well, I offset my carbon. No, you didn't. You still used it. You still did it. It's not a do as I say. But not as I do world. You know, they say do this and they do that. They say go lock down in your house at Boris Johnson's, whooping it up in number 10, having a private party. Private party at number 10. But you'll know when you're ruled by clowns, you're going to see clowning around. And when you got a zoo, for where your House of Parliament is, you can expect some monkey business. And it's a whole big ass fucking Planet of the Apes, isn't it? Great ape, great ape. Big square over here, chem bombs over there, toxic air over here, toxic air over there. Streamer of moisture directed right down on top of New Zealand. And here it comes, a relentless geoengineering water streak. It has got your number. And as soon as they let them beams go, she's coming through. But what's going to push her through is this one. And you see this right here? Get familiar with it. She's coming to see you. She's right behind the other one. You get about a day and a half in between them. You get a month where the totals look like they're just going to stay the same every day. As you're headed toward that fourth, where the big event starts. And as you're going to get familiar with this one, you know, we chicks, maybe I can zoom in on that a little bit better. Look at the crisscross. Look at how many EMF dots you see in that. There's obvious perturbation, something small, a very small perturber. Could even be a bolt on the ground. A laser could do that. That would take a hell of a lot of bombs to do that. I've never really seen a deployment like that. But right in the center of that square there is a dot. Center of that one's get to like the Mercedes-Benz. So this could be shape charges actually deployed. Some things in a line shooting after a very specific pattern of something. That's a different method. And they're brewing up a cyclonic system. In other words, it's turning towards the rising sun. That's what determines a cyclone. An anticyclone turns away from the rising sun, regardless of hemisphere. A hurricane is defined by wind strength. 73 miles an hour is not a hurricane. 74 is. Right? So know your parameters. We don't have to make things sound worse just because they're bad. Right? A 100-degree day was hot. A 90-degree day was hot. But you don't make a 70-degree day seem like 100. Paint the map red. It's to sell a lie of a statistic that's using the money to do this. And they want this. That's what they want with the Paris Accords, is this. And other measures to block the sunlight and further control your movements, how you shop, what you could eat, where you could go, how you could travel, what you're going to drive, what you're going to be. And I think even the voluntary, do you want to leave the planet, is going to be an offering. They may even buy carbon credits for the rest of your family because you use too much. Who knows how fucking bad this shit's going to head. All I know is these geostorms are well slated for New Zealand. And I'm going to show you what's going to be happening. According to them, terrible totals are, just don't even look like the totals changed. Right? Because the new tendrils take into account. But believe me, your 24-hour totals won't be looking like they were after some of these spots up here. It'll be a relief. As the new tendril moves in, as Star Wars days come, and then the fourth be with you, I hope it's the dark side of the fourth visits New Zealand. And when you go to the tens, it's the whammo, it's that tendril I showed, it's the never-ending story. It's that this bastard coming to visit with a whole lot of it to continue to be directed down towards you. There's a lot of this river up here. There's a whole lot of moisture here. They say nearly 2/3 of the precipitable moisture. Man, it's a little high guess. Well over a third of the world's moisture is locked in this one frame right here. And even in this, you could see the pulse pattern inside the bands that are inside this tendril here, and this trapezoid out here of heavier rains. A beam has shed up. Looks like Alice has been busy. Bzzzt. What a rabbit hole Alice sprays. And you're going to have a visitor out West Australia, and they're working it down now. Alright, just up here. Its moisture is going to visit, and the low looks like when it forms, because the beam path should be right around here. Yeah, so we'll be watching for it. Yeah, I could see the manipulation already. You gotta keep your eyes on the prize, folks. And the prize is our freedom, our breathing, our health, and actually leaving a better world for our kids is making sure this don't happen. This conehead looking face out here in the middle of the ocean is not a naturally occurring cloud formation at all. It's not a naturally occurring circulation with all these straight edges and low deck. You can nearly put a right angle on that. Build the house compass to square this edge up here a little bit more. All right, you see it? It's kind of obvious. It's kind of obvious. It's not naturally occurring, right? This has been done on purpose. All of that's been done on purpose. It was done on purpose. You guys need to try out over there, and the geoengineers need to give New Zealand a fucking break and leave them the hell alone. That's what I think. I think the war club in the hand of the haka-doers could do some haka-doing. That's what I think. With the kaha and the kia. Or just step away from my side. Because I'm going to fight this. This is wrong. This is a crime against the entire world. Not just New Zealand. Because what they sprayed over here, if it's come over the ocean here and it was allowed by the government here and forced off the shore here, at what point is Australia not chemically attacked and allowed a chemical attack upon its neighbor that it has treaties with? I look at things a little bit different. I look at state rights. At what point, when a chem bomb let off over here on this border, crushes that border, because it was allowed by one state, crushes into the other, at what point did New South Wales attack Queensland here? Which point? Who attacked who? Where's the states' right comes in? Where's the national agreement that allowed these chem bombs to cross state lines? This deployment was done over here, but it's going to go over there. You see my point? This bomb over here is just crossed the state lines. Look at this. Look at this here. This is another real obvious. See that right there? It is so obvious. And this is over near the Great Barrier Reef. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So they'll tell you we're right there near Rockhampton, and I believe they get some storm action coming. So let's see what's slated for them. What's slated for you guys? You got any action? Since we've seen the mark of Cain, pardon the murderous people from the planet who dare tattoo our earth. Yeah, really. It's one thing to plant a beautiful flower. It's going to feed a bee. It's another thing to put some chem bombs in the air that make the last fall happen. What we got going on over here? Let's see what the weather radar is going to show me. You have to have something, because that was a hell of a deployment. Come on, they got to be lying. And a little something creeping ashore there in his fail, not a whole lot. How we doing up here near the can? Oh, we got the fraying eyes on out here again. Bzzz, allows the corridor to slide that way. Most of the beam is full on in that direction. And no data. Yeah, I know Star Trek discontinued. Data went full AI. And he took Picard with him. Ooh. Look at this line of storm here is going to bear watching. Over here on the hill. I'll just say that. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll just go with the Dimbula, bada bing bang kambamba. Bada boom, bada bing. Bada bang, bada boom. You're being poisoned, you're being killed. Hey, there's no nice way to put it that the cull is on. And it's ramping up. And people are dropping like flies from the clutch shot and still won't even admit to themselves that they probably made a mistake. Yeah, it's okay to admit it. It's not okay to suffer in silence. And if you are having problems, because maybe some of us also know things that might can help you. Reach out and touch each other's hands, because together we get this. Look at the big fryers on up here. You see the beam. Bzzz. Right there. It's really low. Right on the low deck down here. Big circle pulse. What we got going on in the middle? Let's see what we got creeping. Creeping over the Wakatani region here. That sounds like a good menu dish. I'll have the wow hui. That sounds like a drink you would have an umbrella in. And a whole lake of a rototoma. That would be like the dip for something. I don't know. I'm going to have fun with this. I never figured out how to put an NG together and come up with a word. And they did it to me twice here. Oh my God, I'm just going to go gong, got the ha ha. What was Sheldon pronounce? Well, no, he would actually probably took the time to learn. So I'm going to. Malacca Islands. If I could turn this sideways, I could show you the bird. In my imaginarium. Because it's mine. Here's a uterus. Hi, big flaps there. Punto. Hey. Señores, señores, piñato a punto clores. Boom, 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 boom. See the beam sweat? See the line? Right here. See the wedgie? Mighty straight there. See the beam coming across into it. Where there's no known radar station out here to see. Right, you got a beam crossing in here. Bzzz. Right, so you got a ship. And it's got capabilities. Let's just put it like that. It's got capabilities. Because its radar signature showed up. It showed up. You know. If you see Batman sliding down, and you don't see the pole. You might imagine there might have been one and he figured out a way to hide that pole. So you know what? I think Batman is hiding the pole and he's robbing all of us. How dare they swallow the streams? How dare they kill our dreams that they sold us? They told you to buy a house and then they up the mortgage. Hit you with a couple points right on schedule. 1 year left there, we'll have that back. Let's see what we're looking on the satellite. I want to have a look at some of the high tops out here. This is an important area right now. Oh, look at all the primes over Fijita. Fangita, Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, the island of Fangita. Next to the Wango Tangos. Ah, look at the prime right there, right over the center. Boom, 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 boom. And we can just catch that. Right on the last frame here. Right over the center of the island. There's Suva Bay, and there's a bomb. See it? Boom, the middle finger pointing right at the center of it. Boom, 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 plume, 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 plume. Right over here, over one of the little islands. Boom, 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 boom. Here's French Polynesia looking pretty fucking bad. It's really bad. Look how much is covered. This is a direct hit. And load them up, chem them up, chem them up. Scour the islands, move them out. Look at that. He was shaped like the flying man almost. It looked like Superman flying. Weathers Iceman, your weather looked like So you ain't getting a good enough view of it. Here he is. Just a flying man storm out here. Over here there. Yeah, I know some people that are followers. Their daughters on this island, man. They better watch out. There's some big bombs creating some big storms for some really heavy fucking totals. You guys are about to cap it. But I told you were gonna anyhow. It's not a surprise. As soon as you turn it on, you begin to see the terrible totals coming into view. Wow. Not good for the French Polynesian Islands. Not good for this island over here of Apia. And over here at Pago. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, oh fuck you with your geoengineering. Oh fuck you island over here. Ofu Island here, hey. My God, you guys got a terrible tendrils coming right over the Tapia and there's no end in sight. There's more of it to come. Enjoy it. Compliments of Bill Gates and company and the Harvard University's terrible ideas and values toward our planet and toward the value of human life. As I look at one of the tendrils that's going to be affecting New Zealand here over the next, probably about 36 hours. As it's working its way down, man. It's coming towards you. It's coming your way. The freight train, the slow-moving train wreck. We're all pulling the stop lever in the train. She won't stop going. Cam-Bomb, don't slow down. So I hope that gives you a general idea. So let's run through some of what they say it's going to be while I can have a sip of a drink. Hey, here's what you can expect. We'll just, I'm going to zoom it back a little more and get a more better shot. Chem-Bomb Man, Destruction Man. The opposite of Captain Planet, even on Earth Day, they bomb the hell out of us. Let me just turn that off. We don't need to be fretting the little shit. You see that big line coming to you? You see how the pinch point, like the wake in front of this line here is pushing that one up. That line is just stationary. There's nowhere for it to go. Its moisture is just total impact on the North Island, beginning to rock toward the tool. And when those two meet, the electrical potential of both, the mixture of all their mixes, cold and hot, it'll be like shuffling the cards, and that's going to kick the electrics off big time. And that's when shit's going to get way too not amusing over in this area of the world. New Zealand in 10 days is going to get more moisture than anywhere else on the planet in the next 10 days for a 10-day total. And this total's not going to end in 10 days. The setup pressure-wise at the end of the 10s, I'll show you here in a minute, is it got days more coming and another one right behind all this. Yeah, this is not a slow-moving event because now I'm on to almost the entire day of May the 4th, and you have had the dark side of human behavior. Greed, destruction, sacrificing. Today is the 1st of May. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday! As the tendril finds its way to point directly at this spot. If the angle of this goes a couple more degrees laterally like this, the main brunt gets you, Nelson. It's going to spare the Kiwi's nose. I'm telling you, this is that close. It's the angle of this coming in as a wiper blade. It's how it hits. This is so important for their totals to succeed. And when she roars through the straight, you get it. And they send the rest of the tendril down. A cut move happens and begins to form another system up here. And it's going to dance a bit towards Queensland and create a bit of interest for them. But my interest now is this. Right? Coming down and coming across. It's just like watching freaking Plenty of Fish, man. It's just destined to meet each other again. The Camarang storm's coming back again. And again in Australia, it kisses you with another batch of shit. And again, the same move. High pressure's not going anywhere. It has nowhere to go. Just pinches it again, squeezes it against your islands again, and gives you another huge dousing. And my date on this, where I'm pointing at right now, is getting in near late Sunday night on the 7th. This is a bad situation unfolding. It's hard for me to get the whole screen in, so I'll just shout that part out. And she's just wetting you, wetting and never forgetting you, as the low just has never dissoluted into another pressure and has just kept its continual momentum and steering action toward the shoreline. And then this one's going to come. It's devastating, diabolical weather plan that's going to unfold. And I'll take you back to what'll be lunchtime Monday the 8th, New Zealand time. Right, that tendril still affecting at the Nelson area. And the big square tumbling dice begins to come. And will it roll to snake eyes? You know it. The fork-tongued devils come to town. And again, and at night, the smackaroo. So look like a very familiar line. And behind that, I fucking dare say, is out here in Western Australia. Is this here. You have this here. All the dynamics are still there. After this is just pin and come right back around it. And pressure-wise, and a tent, this should, for all intents and purposes, fuck off and bloop off a low. It becomes a small spinner to spin cyclonically and begin to affect, kind of work up the coast a bit this way. But when this one comes through to push it, that'll lever down, that'll pop over, and she has to burp a low down in this corner. It has to happen. And that's where something I think is going to affect this corner within a day after this. And this right here is on 10 days from now. And this is a never-ending cycle of super wetness from y'all. You'll have a bit of a breaks here and there, but the tendrils coming through, let's say on the 9th, it's not a very pleasant thing to have to contend with again and again and again. Fucking Christ, this sucks. So that's what's going to happen. Happening. Leaving you with the totals that you're seeing right here. I expect these totals to rise because you got a lull day in there. Like today and tomorrow. Wait, what's it today? It's the first, yeah. You got some lull days still in there where your totals ain't going to be that high. And you're going to see every bit of half a meter of water through here. If not 3/4. It's just that much water out there. Yes, I said 3/4. You know, like 70 centimeters plus. Hey, I know what 3/4 is. What would it be, 75? Oh, fucking God. Right, you guys. You have to toughen it up. Coast Road here coming on the 5s. Right from the nothings to the somethings. On the 5s. So we'll be watching that, and that's going to be a Coast Road event. But they're holding the storm up because they're going to wreck New Zealand with it. You guys are the staging area for the chemical bombing of Australia. Deploy it over your house and send it to theirs. In Perth, we're seeing one of the models here is showing some flooding around your outskirts here in your suburbs again. A river's going through Midland area again. I think that's a little inaccurate. I think it'll be more south. Yeah, she's going to spin one. She has to. All the dynamics are there. For that pressure to move high over to the east towards South America to allow your stores to leave so the new one could come in, it has to spin one here. So we'll be watching for that move. Sure is nice to see some high and dries through here. Not so happy for these people over here in Indonesia. Japan's, you're going to start seeing some totals picking up for you guys because they're sending one your way. First stop will be the Philippines. So we'll be watching them because I know we got followers here to get things going on in the Philippines. Why did that thing turn a weird blue? That was strange. There's something strange. Sometimes if I move the screen, it steps it. Right, that's what I didn't want to show you tonight. I didn't want to show you he's being chemically attacked. I didn't want to show you all those kebabs, and I dang sure didn't want to show you those terrible totals that's leading to the devastation of a nation who I hope wakes up to the fact that they must say no to geoengineering. They must say no to the money being used by University of Harvard needs to be fully investigated and how its private interests are influencing lives that are poisoning our lands, our waters, our bodies, and our minds. And then giving us a depression because we never see the sunshine anymore. Right. We're going to be our own ray of sunshine. Big love. Peace.